So I'm gonna walk and talk a little bit here, because I'm gonna go to CVS and get some breakfast, well, some Cheez-Its. To answer some of these questions about like, do you need a permit, and to kind of just go over like what it is like to be a vendor here. I started a video yesterday, but I honestly, like, I don't like the lighting, and I just decided to make a new one, but I'll probably throw some little bits and pieces into this video from yesterday's as well. So the most important thing about getting your spot in Venice Beach is arriving early. So early would be considered like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., no later than like 10 a.m. If you do arrive after 10 a.m., you can get a spot, although it's going to be like in a bad spot, like next to a really loud like band, or really tiny spot, or really trashy spot, etc. As far as the other vendors go, I wouldn't say that they're territorial. Everybody kind of works together and kind of looks after each other for the most part. And how you mark your spot is kind of what I showed at the beginning of the video, is putting all your items behind the concrete in the sand while you wait until I think it's 10 or 11 until you can pull all your items forward and start setting up your booth. I've heard of vendors, I've never seen it, but being territorial. Usually it happens amongst like the homeless, the transits. Those are the ones that are most like territorial and want to kind of try and run stuff around here. But I've heard of one way of marking your spot so that absolutely nobody can get it is they will actually defecate on the spot. So if you're, so if you, instead of just putting, because when you put your items on the sand before you bring them forward, you don't have to put like your entire setup. You can put like a chair or a crate or a box, but then later bring your other stuff. But yeah, I've heard of that happening. So I've been told if you see that, or you hear that that's like human crap, don't even like go near that spot. And like, who's gonna want to, right? It's gonna have like a smell, or it's just disgusting. So let's see, some of the regulations that are enforced down here. Well, you know what? They're regulated, but they're not really as much enforced. So basically one of them would be like they want you to close down your booth by 8 a.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. I'm crossing here, so I'm kind of distracted. So the rule is when the sun goes down, and that usually happens around 8 p.m. in the summer. And I've yet to be ticketed for being set up and braiding past 8, because being that I do arrive late. I arrive late because I take the metro to get here, and it's like a 2-hour commute. And then, you know, I was working those graveyards at Denny, so I had to sleep during the day. One advantage to arriving late is that, I'm gonna sit down for a minute, is that the other vendors that have been there since like 7 or 8 in the morning, they end up packing up at like 4 or 5, and then you're just getting there. So if anything, you can wait for them to leave. There's like one guy in particular, like right around my spot, that he leaves pretty early. So I know like when I come at a certain time, most likely he'll be just leaving and I can grab his spot. I'll probably add in like right here or soon like some footage of me not in my spot. I had to like be way down toward the other end, and it was like miserable. Like there was just so many negative, you know, like interferences, and it just was like almost unbearable.